Good morning, students. This small presentation is on bacteriophage 5x174, and uh, bacteriophage 5x174. It is a bacteriophage, so it infects bacteria. Basically, E. coli is the main target for this phage, and it belongs to the family Microviridae and genus Microvirus and species 5x174. It was the group 10 of the large family of bacteriophages. This was the 174th isolate. So it is named as 5x174. Again, like viruses, it has a protein code. Inside that is the nucleic acid. In some of the bacteriophages like the lambdaphage, you have the tail, but this bacteriophage does not have the tail. The capsid is icosahedral. The genome consists of circular single-stranded DNA. Okay, and the size of the genome can vary between 4.6 to 6.1. So basically they say it is exactly 5386 nucleotides. Okay, so the genome, the diameter of this capsid is 25 to 27 nanometer. It is a tailless icosahedral bacteriophage. The importance of this phage is, while studying this phage, they found out it is circular, though the type of replication, rolling cycle model, was effectively studied in this bacteriophage, and also the way genes like maximum, if you count how many proteins are made by this phage and then count the number of nucleotides, actually it needs 6.1 kilonucleotides, that is 6100 nucleotides for the whole protein coded needed, but actually the total nucleotides is 5386 nucleotides. So they first concept of overlapping genes was clearly demonstrated using this phage. So the phage is icosahedral. It's made up of important structural protein like F protein, G protein, J protein and the H protein. There are 60 molecules of major code protein, that is F. The green color what you are seeing is F, that is 48.4 kilodaltons. And there are the blue color one, sky blue color one, are the G protein. Usually 5 molecules of G proteins with 1 molecule of H forms the spikes. Okay. Internally there is a J protein where that binds to the phage genome for condensation of the DNA during packaging. So these two people, that is Frederick Sanger, sequencing, he was the person who is expert in sequencing, and he successfully sequenced the whole genome of 5x174, and Walter Fairs was the person that demonstrated that covalently closed circular genome is of 5x174. It consists of 5386 nucleotides. The nucleotides will encode for totally 11 proteins. The A to K are 10 protein. A star, which is there inside the A protein. We'll see how the protein mRNAs are arranged. Totally 11 proteins are encoded. The 11 proteins encoded by 5x174 DNA range in the size from A protein, which consists of 513 amino acid, to J protein, which is only 38 amino acid. You remember in the last slide that J protein is important for condensation of the nucleic acid inside the capsid. The 11 protein altogether contains total is 1986 amino acids. The total genes are 11 but 10 but generates 11 protein. This is because of the overlapping of genes. So what is meant by overlapping? Suppose you have this 13 nucleotide sequence GAG, CCG, etc. The first nucleotide can be read. The code read is triplets. So GAG, CCG, that is the first read can be done, which encodes for glutamate, proline, glutamine, leucine, etc. Suppose it reads from the second nucleotide, then it will be AGC, CGC. So the protein coding itself differs. Now instead of GAG, it is reading AGC. So the first amino acid becomes serine and it follows by the other amino acid. Suppose it starts from the third nucleotide, that is starting from GCC. Then it codes for alanine, alanine, threonine, etc. So if you shift one nucleotide, you have a different reading sequence and you get a different amino acid sequence. So that concept was proved in 5x174. So I told that there are 10 genes. The starting origin of viral strand synthesis happens from the site in the A gene. The A gene codes for viral strand synthesis, RF DNA replication starts happen there. A star, which starts in between the A gene, it codes for a minor capsid protein that shuts off the host DNA synthesis. And within the A gene, again B gene is started, which B gene is there, that codes for internal capsid scaffold protein morphogenesis. So that is important for assembly, during assembly of the virus particles. Spanning the A and the C gene is the K gene, which codes for non-essential stimulates phage synthesis. And C gene codes for a protein which is helping in DNA maturation. That means once the single-stranded DNA are formed, it has to be coated with some protein so that it is stabilized in the cytoplasm. So that is achieved by the C gene product. The D gene product codes for external capsid scaffold protein, and then E gene, which is completely embedded in the D gene, is helping the host cell lysis. And there is a J gene which is very important, the capsid core protein, and it is helping in DNA condensation protein during packaging of viral single strand DNA. The F protein code for major capsid protein, and you have the G protein coding region, that is the spike protein, and you have the H protein coding region, that is very important for phage adsorption, that is attachment and viral entry into the cell. So this is the whole way the genes are arranged on 5x174 genome. So the gene A contains an internal translation initiation site to encode protein A with and then B encodes also within A with a different reading frame. K is at the end of the gene A and extended into the gene C. E is very important gene which is totally inside D. So this you can see, these are like the different transcripts which are formed from the same stretch of nucleotides. So coming to what are the proteins which are coded, if you have an A transcript, that helps in replication initiation. So you will see further when there is replication of DNA, how this A protein, which is very important in replication of genomic DNA, is helping. A star, termination of host DNA replication, and B, its capsid monomer. C codes for a protein which helps in phage maturation. D codes for a protein which helps in phage assembly. E is host cell lysis. F is FGH are major capsid proteins. J is the core protein which binds to this single strand DNA and then helps in packaging. K is helping in growth of the bacteriophage. So the viral infection onto a bacteriophage happens by attachment onto the cell. The attachment is by recognizing a receptor on the cell, that is lipopolysaccharide, which is present in the outer membrane of Enterobacteriaceae members such as E. coli and Salmonella. So we'll see in the next slide. So the attachment happens now. This view, there is A to E steps which I have clearly depicted in that picture. A and B is like, A is before attachment, B is when you are, there is an interaction between the membrane lipopolysaccharide and the coat protein. So the red color what you see patches, that is the spike protein, those are the G protein. So the native 5X174 recognizes its host carrying specific lipopolysaccharide on the surface through interaction with G spikes, that is the red color interaction. Once there is interaction, that destabilizes this spike protein. Because of this destabilization, structural change, there is dissociation and leaving the loops on the surface of the F protein to maintain the interaction with the cell wall of the host. Okay, now the G protein is dissociates and now F protein interacts with the cell membrane, outer membrane. So this when there is interaction of this F protein, that is the green one, there is conformational change in the F protein and the H protein. H is that purple color protein. The F and the H cooperate in translocating the genome across the cell wall of the host. So that is what forms the channel between the outer and the inner membrane, and the DNA is injected into the host. So some of the H protein are also ejected with the genome, but the F protein are intact onto the membrane, and then you have the capsid which remains outside. Now you have the DNA inside the cell. So once the DNA is inside the cell, the replication starts. First you have the single stranded form, circular single stranded form, and that forms the replicative form within 1 minute of infection, and many replicative forms are formed. What is the meaning of replicative form? That means you have the positive single strand circularly closed DNA that forms the opposite strand, that is a negative strand. That both the double stranded circular like a plasmid is called as the replicative form, and more within 20 minutes more and more replicative forms are formed, and then you have the synthesis of the genomic DNA, that is single stranded positive DNA. Within 30 minutes of the infection of this virus, there is enough of DNA is there to package into the virions. So you can divide into steps. The first step is synthesis of a positive strand complementary to negative strand complementary to the positive strand to form a replicative form by host cell machinery. So the first is recognition of the origin of replication, which forms a specific structures, and the stabilizing proteins which are stabilizing the single strand form are removed by a complex of protein which are the part of primosome. They bind to that secondary structure and displace the binding protein. After that, the core components of the primosome get assembled, that is including DNA T. You have the assembly of chromosomes, then you have multiple priming. With the help of energy, this chromosome moves all together on the single strand circular genome, and it starts priming. That means more a short stretch of RNAs are synthesized, which acts as a primer. And to that such a site, polymerase 3 holoenzyme, which are again taken from the host, are recruited, and you have the full stand extensions of the primed regions, and then you have the ligase you joining those extensions, and pol 1 removing the there is removing the primer and nick filling by the pol 1, and you have the replicative form. That is, you have both positive and negative strand. Here again represented the same. Viral positive strand, RNA primer synthesis happens, and then DNA polymerase 3 is recruited to that site, and you have say a discontinuous synthesis and removing of RNA primer, and then you have the filling of the gap and ligation. So there again you have the parental replicative form, the negative strand and the positive strand. The second stage is more and more of replicative form, and the positive strands are formed. So the replicative form, once it is synthesized, completely synthesized and ligated, the origin is recognized by gene A product, which is nothing but it can form a nick. It is also a nickase which binds to that region and then forms a nick, and then you have displacement and covalent extension at the 3' end of the positive strand. Now this is continued as rolling circle model, but once it reach again the same point, that is the origin, there is site specific nicking at the new origin and ligation of the both ends by the gene A product. So the same process repeats, and there is new nascent positive strands are synthesized, that again undergoes priming, and then you have new formation of the replicative forms. The stage 3 is formation of positive strand. Now in the replicative form, there are no proteins which are bind to the positive single strand. More as you have accumulation of more and more replicative form, the synthesis of the genomic DNA happens. That is, in the same mechanism, the replicative form origin is recognized by gene A product, and there is nicking, and nicking is created such that the 5' end is attached to the gene A product, and 3' end extension is there on the circular replicative form that is extended by the host enzyme machinery. Now once the synthesis of this new strand happens, there is displacement of the old strand, and then you have the viral coat proteins which get assembled onto the single strand positive DNA what is displaced, and once the complete strand is done, there is site specific nicking of the gene, and then you have the viral genomic DNA ready to be packed. The next step is the assembly. Parallelly, the replicative form also initiates transcription. Once all the proteins are enough synthesized, and then you have the more of replicative forms produced, and DNA is enough of genomic DNA is synthesized, there is assembly of coat protein. Assembly of the coat protein is done by the involvement of this 12S unit, that is the gene product B, and gene that is the internal scaffold protein B, coat protein F pentamer, and the H protein monomer all together with the G spike protein forms the 12S complex. Now this 12X complex is like taken the viral DNA is stabilized by C proteins along with the J protein, and this 12X complex, which then assembles into the in the form of a pro head, takes into the J protein, which is again bringing the genomic DNA, and there is maturation of the complex. That is the maturation of the virus. That means you have all the protein pro head created, then the J protein along with the genomic DNA assembles into the capsid, forming the final virion. Now the procapsid, you can see that there are D protein which are stabilizing, those are removed, and you have the J protein which enters and then forms the mature capsid. Now the assembly and release of this assembly is done. Now how release is orchestrated? It is mediated by the reduction in cell wall synthesis. SLY is survival. This is a protein which is important for lysis. Okay, it's an host protein which is like named as sensitive to lysis. This is a protein very determined that is from host cell. The E protein is a viral protein. Okay, the E protein enough is synthesized in the cytoplasm, and once it is synthesized, it is going to be integrated into the inner membrane. The cytoplasmic SLY protein helps in this integration, and there is accumulation of E protein onto the membrane. Okay. Once this accumulation happens, it interacts with MRAY protein. Now, what is this MRAY protein, which I will tell in bacterial cell wall synthesis. This is a translocase which will help in translocating the newly formed components of the cell wall to be loaded onto a lipid, so that they are carried over to the cell wall formation site and cell wall is done. So there is no cell wall synthesis happening because of the C protein association with MRA protein, which inactivates the MRAY protein. So there is inhibition in cell wall and the cell lysis happen. So altogether, the recognition of a specific lipopolysaccharide is by the G protein. G protein then dissociates, causing an interaction of F protein and H protein onto the membrane components, and then there is structural change in the F and the H protein, which makes a channel in the membrane, outer membrane and inner membrane of the bacteria, injecting the positive single strand DNA, circular DNA into the cell. Once the DNA is injected into the cell, there is formation of replicative form by recruiting the primosome and the DNA synthesis machinery from the host, and then more and more replicative forms are formed. Parallelly, these replicative forms are converted to the positive strand genomic DNA, as well as the mRNAs are transcribed, and translation of the mRNA produces enough of protein. Once these proteins are synthesized, they are assembled into a procapsid, and then you have the recruitment of the genomic DNA by the J protein, and the whole virion is formed. The mature virion is lysed out by accumulation of more and more virions and reduction in cell wall synthesis that leads to lysis of the cell. So this is the whole productive cycle of PyX 174 from bacteriophage.